Hey everybody, it's Amy Graham, Badass Valkyrie, and today we are going to go through my Hobonichis. And I have added my A6 back into the rotation. I originally purchased this in my October order, and it is the A6 English Planner. So it's the English version of the Hobonichi Techo, which is the same. They're both the A6, but the Hobonichi Techo is in Japanese, and it has like the colored tabs in the sides and everything. You can see the color, the different colors of the different months. The little squares are colors. In the English Planner, they are monochrome. So I had originally purchased this to be my gratitude journal for the whole year. And I was doing gratitude in a lot of different places. And so, sorry, my bangs are like way too making me crazy, tickling my eyes. Anyway, sorry, tangent. I had originally I was doing gratitude in a lot of different places, and it was just getting too much. So I stopped. And then I went through and I started Miracle Morning, and I'm on today was day 49, I think. I can check that out. Just a moment, please. I do believe I actually wrote it down in here. Today was day 49. So, instead of me having to draw out the whole thing that I've been tracking in my bullet journal every week, I picked this up and I thought, why don't I just write it in there? It's perfect. So I'll show you how I'm doing the Miracle Morning every morning in my Hobonichi A6 English Planner. And then I will go through and show you the new weeks that I got from the Buy Sell Trade group from Anissa Phillips, one of my favorite people. She and I have very similar tastes in planners. And so every time she puts something on sale, I'm like, oh, what is it? Because I know I'm going to like it. This is a Christina Gomez week's cover, and it is the Dark Knight on the outside. It is black on the outside. On the inside, it's Ninja Turtle. It's a green leather, and it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But when I got it, I thought, oh, it needs more in it. So what I've done is I've put both of my mega weeks in here. And originally, in that same order that I ordered the English Planner, I picked up both weeks because I wasn't sure which color I wanted. And, sorry y'all, I'm going to spin the entire freaking thing, just messing with my bangs, because I went with like a flat thing today. They've been driving me insane. So hopefully this weekend I can get my hair cut because it's making me crazy, obviously. Anyway, I picked up 2 weeks, 2 of the mega weeks, and I wasn't sure which color I wanted. But originally, I had picked up the red and the sand gray, and the sand gray matched my Hobonichi cover, the tambourine cover, which I still love, but it's kind of more of a winter cover, better. So I used it. But then the red, I was actually using to track social media. Didn't keep up with that very well. It just didn't feel right because I was doing all my self-care tracking in the other weeks, and I just couldn't get into the zone with that. So I ended up picking up the Jibun Techo, which is not a Hobonichi planner, but it is another Japanese style planner. So I do all my social media tracking in that now, which I think originally between this week's, the red week's mega, and the Jibun Techo, I tried to do it in an Erin Condren vertical vertical planner. It just didn't feel right either. So, but the Jibun Techo is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Love it. Love it. So, sorry if you hear a little bit of growling. It's my little Saki girl. She went in and I'm not letting her in. But she like goes crazy and is like, ah. Anyway, she quit. So I'll go through that. And then finally, I will show you, I'll just do a quick flip through of my Hobonichi Cousin, which This is my true love. True love. If I had to pick just one planner, this would be it. It's the A5 Hobonichi Cousin Avec, and I love it. It's half a year, so I'm getting ready to get this one done. Next month will be the last month in this one, even though it does have July in a monthly in the monthly spread. But yeah, I feel good. It's not too chunky. It is a little bit thicker than the, you can kind of see there. It is a little bit because I added some stickers and stuff, but it's not crazy like most people's. Go nuts. But who knows? Because I only started really using stickers this last 3 or 4 months, and I kind of like it, but not where it's like a full spread or anything. I'll show you in here how I've done some of the things and marked some of the things that I do. But yeah, so my little Hobonichi family right there. And on top of that, I use my, like I said, the Jabun Techo and my bullet journal. But the bullet journal, my bullet journal stays at home at my desk, especially now that I'm not doing the Miracle Morning or anything in that. And the Jabun Techo usually goes with me in my bag. But, and then this guy stays here. So, so I just carry these two and my Dr. Jones that has my Jabun in it. So usually just those 3 go with me, along with my pocket Speckle Fawn, because I'm still tracking everything in that. It is still going wonderfully well. I just ordered 2 new inserts for the daily planning that has like the big circle in it, and then the monthly food tracker. So even though I still have not every day added, you know, how many calories and how many carbs and all that kind of stuff, I have actually every day tracked my food. So I just written it down. So if I did want to go back and track it or figure out, you know, how much I wanted to put in all of the attributes to it, I could. But I actually tried to convert the second weeks into that, and I tried it for 2 days, and I'll show you where I did that, and I'm like, no, not gonna work. So I love the Yellow Paper House inserts for that so much, and I'm like, I had to force myself to do the 2 days that were in here, and that was just in addition. And so I'm like, no, I love that chunky monkey little pocket or field notes notebook, traveler's notebook, so much that it's going to be hard going to One Book July, and so which will be in the Filofax, in the personal, in the Raspberry. So as far as, at least that's been the same plan so far. So I've been looking at old Carrie Harling videos and stuff to get ideas about the ring planners. So we'll see what happens. But let's go ahead and flip this bad boy around. And I will, I was going to update you too. Today I did send out Kathy's prize box. So the Panda prize box, Panda Planner prize box. My first one that I've ever done like that. And so once I know that she's gotten it, which should be, I think, Friday or Saturday at the latest. Then once I know that she's gotten it, then I will post the video. And so I'll probably include that in my Sunday video and show you everything that I was able to stuff in there. It was not as much as I thought, but still a few things in there. So I will get that on my Sunday video. But then I'm also probably going to go and have, unless something else happens, like my apple pigs come in that I've been waiting for months, then I'll probably do a flip through for June if I get it all set up. It's a long holiday weekend this weekend, and I'm off on Monday, so I will get it all put together and figure out which video I'm going to do at that point in time. So it may be one of my it may be my bullet journal flip through along with the Jabun Techo, or maybe something else completely different. I don't know. Sometimes I plan ahead and I have a whole list of things that I want to do. It's kind of like my blogs, but then like yesterday when I was running, and if you haven't read my blog yet, it's talking about finding your stride. And it just kind of came to me because of the person that passed me, and it made me think, and I thought, oh my gosh, I need to write about this. And so today I did the blog post about finding your stride and how you can get overwhelmed, but if you just find one thing that you can focus on and then do that, just start with one thing and then do that until you feel comfortable enough to add something else. Then do two things until you add something else. I have to do that quite often, and it has helped me so much to realize that that's how I do things, from learning how to run properly to learning how to swim to learning how to do triathlon training. It's how I taught fighters. I've trained several people who have just recently had gastric bypass surgery or are coming off of chemotherapy, something like that, that have a lot of weight on them, but they don't know how to move. They don't know how to train. They don't know how to get their body functioning again. And so I've trained quite a few people doing that and showing them how they can just start. And so it's been a very interesting journey, from my journey to watching other people's journeys to seeing people, and I go, oh, I wish I could tell that person how to do that, because if you read in my blog, I know that the way he was moving, he's going to pay for a lot later, because he needed to, and again, this is all just because I watched the way he ran for almost a mile and a half. And so it was very interesting, and I wanted to get to him and tell him about things, but he got in his car and left before I could reach him, because he was so far ahead, which is crazy because, I have a small gait, or my stride is very small. So my runner's stride. And so this person who had ginormous legs, they were probably up to here on me. I was like, Jiminy Christmas. But he was swinging his arms weirdly, and he was listing to the left, and I'm like, oh, I can see how he would need to walk like that when he was heavier. And so, and you could tell all the ways he was moving, everything, that he just hadn't found his stride yet. And, I'm like, just work on one thing. The biggest habit that I had to break was I always looked down when I walked. And it was just, I always did that. It was something that I have done since I was a kid. My parents would yell at me, put your head up, pay attention. It wasn't that I wasn't paying attention. I was focused on where I was putting my feet and walking, because I was clumsy as a child. Let's be real. I'm clumsy as an adult, even with a weapon. But learning how to just hold my head up straight and look forward, look people in the eye, that was a huge, huge change for me. And it changed so much about my personality, about my presence, about everything. And so if you get a chance, take a look at it and read it. Let me know what you think. But in the meantime, as I've gone off on another tangent, let's go ahead and go into these so you guys can see. I'll be right back. Let's flip this bad boy around. All right, now that we've flipped around, this is my Happy Little Clouds A6 cover from Hobonichi. This is, I believe, was a 2016 cover. It came in a peach color and the blue, and I fell in love with the blue. And I just call it my Happy Little Clouds, and there's my little Bob Ross picture or card that I love. But where I'm writing, where I'm tracking that I'm doing the 6 things: silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing, is here in each day in the weekly vision or weekly spread. I write my goals out to the side for the week, and then I write in here the exercise that I do for the week. And if you don't remember, with the Miracle Morning, this is the Miracle Morning Journal, and it gives you a question every week. So this was week 1, and you've got the tracking there, and then every day you have a different question that you can journal about. So it's not nearly enough space for me. And I thought, if I didn't write in it, then I could go back and I could use this year after year. So if they don't put a second one or another one out, this is the first year they've had this. So every week I go in and I will write those in to the daily pages. And so I've written the question in, and then I journal about it, and however much I want to journal. So this is the Monday. I didn't have a lot to say, so I wrote out the goals for that week there, as well as in the weekly version of that. But as you can see, I had some unused pages between March and April, and some of May, and then I've used it off and on for gratitude, and so I'm not really using the monthly layouts with the Miracle Morning, but I might actually add something to that. And I kind of want to go in, and I could also use the beginning pages here as a tracker of some sort as well, but I haven't used that for anything. I don't know if I will or not, but I still got 6 months of the year, so we'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm using the A6 for. And if you were questioned, this is how I was doing it previously. I was drawing it all out and putting it in my bullet journal. And so this way I don't have to draw that out each week. Although I kind of miss having this great paper to write on, even though I love the Tomoe River paper. We'll go ahead and get into the weeks. And as I said, this is the Christina Gomez cover in Dark Night on the outside, so it's got a black cover. And on the inside, it is the green, which is the Ninja Turtle, which I love, absolutely love. And so I've just slipped that into the pocket. This is just it's a fabric, it's a paper fabric, kind of like the Farouk paper foldable folders, so I just keep that in between there just because it matched and I really liked it. But I keep stickers and stuff and receipts in there. And so this definitely holds 2 mega weeks in it. So with room to spare, obviously. So in my weeks, this is my self-care tracker. And this is this week's. We have the Han Solo premiere on Thursday. Greg and I have tickets for the 7:15 show, and my Stormtrooper washi tape, which I freaking love. But this is where, again, I still do all my self-care tracking, and this is my monthly layout for that as well, noting when I'm doing rides, when I'm doing runs, that kind of thing. And then I have some collections in the back, in the notes pages there. And then in this one, like I said, I had started to use it for some social media tracking back in December, and then decided I wanted to change it, so I moved into the Erin Condren, and I didn't find that working either. And now the Jabun Techo works out perfect. So what I've done is when I originally put this back in here, I thought, okay, I'll just write out what I'm eating here on the side, and I'll track my water here. It only took me 2 days to realize, nope, don't like that. So what I'm going to do is, I have quite a few things that I'm actually putting up on Facebook and eBay to do a little bit of a side hustle kind of thing. And some of my stash is going to go up there, yes, but just to see what I can do and get the hang of online selling, and kind of reduce some of my personal stash of things like handbags that I have that are way too small for me to carry any kind of a planner in, even my pocket. And so there's just been a lot of things that I've been meaning to sell and have never gotten around to it. So that's what I'm going to do in this one, is track what I'm selling. And so, and put in different notes and stuff in the back. So that's what I'm doing with the second week's there. And then finally, We have my A5, or yeah, the A5 Hobonichi Cousin Avec, and this is my monthly tracker. And like I said, I've added a few stickers here and there, but just tell me how cute these are. These are Once More with Love, and although that's the Coffee Monsters Co. One, but the little Chewbacca and the lightsaber and Deadpool and R2-D2. So that's where I keep my monthly steps, just kind of general exercise and tracking there. And then here is my weekly layout: Han Solo, Yoda, Boba Fett, and where I track my water with a Planner Kate sticker, drop sticker there. It just fits absolutely perfect. Another lightsaber. I used up my entire sheet of Star Wars. Between May the 4th be with you and this, I'm like, oh, I had no chance of saving it. And then in my daily thing, here is where I had my daily for, this is when we're going to see Solo. I've got the Millennium Falcon, Leia with another lightsaber, and again my light Stormtrooper washi tape, which I freaking love. So, but this is, you know, all through this, I have been tracking and doing my daily stuff here. And again, I don't do a whole lot. Sometimes I don't write anything. Most of the time I do. It's rare. Okay. Since the day I got this planner back in June of last year, I have never missed updating a month when I started a month. And May was the first time. And I don't know what possessed me not to go back and do it, but I didn't. So I'm going to take this weekend. As I set up June, I'll fill this out for May. But yeah, I'm like, I flip back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't go back and do that. I have no clue. It freaks me out that I didn't do that. But I didn't. So, because normally I fill it out with various things as far as my goals for that month and what I was doing, and maybe I just wasn't in a good place. I don't know. But every month I've done that, and for some reason, I didn't do it for May. So I will go back, and then I will get June set up, and then that will be it for this one. And it goes to June 30th, and then I switch them out. And I've been eyeing a new cover. Also, still a Patricia Nash, but it is in purples and navy blues, and it's got gold, not foiling, but gold paint on it. And I've been watching eBay, and so there's been a few that have caught my eye. So we'll see if I end up with a new one or if I just continue on with this. But I love this. It houses the A6 or A5 perfectly. Even though you have to work to get it in, it's still worth it. And it's a beautiful cover. And it just fits so perfectly and thinly. I love that. So the one the one time I don't use either Chic Sparrow or Speckled Fawn, it's a Patricia Nash of all things. So there you have it. These are my Hobonichis. And if you use a Hobonichi, if you would let me know in the comments below, I would love to know what you use or what combination you use. Do you use a Weeks and a A6? Do you use the A6 and the Cousin? Do you use the full Cousin, or do you use the Cousin Avec? I would love to know, because I am now starting to think about my order, because the new Hobonichis come out in September, and usually on September 1st. So around July, August timeframe, we start getting hints as far as what's coming out. And so I've been thinking about, do I go to a full Cousin? Do I stick with a Cousin Avec? We'll just kind of see. So let me know what you use or what you're thinking about using. I know that Hobonichi has gotten a cult following, even more so than it was even a year ago. And so basically because they've started going to different planner cons and such here in the States, and people have discovered them. So I love them, and it is, again, my favorite planner. So let me know below what you use. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.